Hello. Good morning. Oh, hang on. Are you choosing life today? Are you feeling that Friday feeling? Is it making you nervous? Because it's like the penultimate weekend of dry January. Is today the day you're gonna fall? I hope not. Well, I'm here today because I want to share with you about how to create that Friday feeling when you're no longer drowning yourself in wine, right? So, how do I create my Friday feeling? Because you like it to feel different, right? From Tuesday. You want to feel like it's a special day, maybe because it's the weekend and you're going to have a few days at home. Or maybe you're at home all the time anyway, but you're going to have a few days off. At least there's no homeschooling, if that's in your world. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe your other half comes home from work on the weekend. So you want it to feel different. You want it to feel different, just like a regular Tuesday, right? And how do you create that? How do you make that happen so that you just don't feel like it's Groundhog Day and every day is just the same? You're just trying not to drink, right? Well, obviously the Sober Goals program mixes it up a bit because you get challenged every day. You get a daily email. Hang on. Can you hear me? You get a daily email, right? And the daily email gives you an activity or a journal prompt, and it's all around your life. So it's not me sharing what's happened to me. It's about challenging you to look at your life and think, how will this impact every area of your life? Okay. So the Sober Goals program will really help it not feel like Groundhog Day. Okay. But maybe you're not ready for that yet. Okay. Maybe you still need a little bit more convincing. So, how do you create a Friday feeling? Well, if you've been looking at my setup, as we call it in our house, my setup, it changes all of the time because I think I need to keep things fresh. I feel, I like change. I like to move things around in my house and to freshen things up by doing that. So that's one way that I like to kind of I don't know, you feel like you're going in all the corners and getting rid of all the energy, like the stale energy, so that everything's flowing again. And that's basically what I do most Fridays. Um, I always as well try to make a special breakfast for the kids. So today they've had pancakes. And we normally have Alexa playing while eating their breakfast, where usually it's all a bit of a rush and it's all it's not as light-hearted as that normally. So we try to make it a little bit more light-hearted on a Friday. Um, what other things could you do? I suppose it's just about you recognizing what works for you and your family. Um, it might be having a special tea or a takeaway or your favorite food, or you might keep a special something that you really like to do just for the weekends. So it really depends on your life, and I suppose that's part of the Sober Goals program, that will actually drill down and I'll get to know you and your circumstances that bit better, and I can help you come up with these ideas and help you, I suppose, create a new identity to step into, because that's what this is. Your old identity is no more. We're not out and about, and we're not in wine bars, or if that's where you were before, that's you're not getting the same feeling from drinking at home anymore. And maybe that's something that you're craving that connection with your friends. And I get that, but we're not able to have that at the moment. Or it might be that most nights you just want to numb yourself out, and you know you're finding it really hard to lean on something else. So it's about looking at other tools that can support you, looking at the reason why you drink and the reason why you want to quit. Because often if you're here and you're thinking, oh, I'd like to lose a couple of pounds, or I'd like to lose half a stone or something, sometimes it's not enough. You need to get behind the reason why that is, and that might be about your confidence. It could be, it could be that you just need to go a bit deeper as to why this and what it would mean to you day to day, how it would improve your life. So that's me really just trying to encourage you on other ways to kind of break your days up so that it feels like a different vibe on Friday, because we all love that Friday feeling. We all want to feel that, but you don't have to attach that to alcohol. You can attach it to something else. So what could you put in its place that you could treat yourself with on a Friday? That's going to be a long-term treat. It's not going to treat you today, but it's going to really make you feel rubbish tomorrow. So let's be more creative on that. All right? And another thing I wanted to talk to you about was this. Today, I'm actually going through, I'm clearing all my shelves off. I've got all my wipes out. I'm having a good clear out. I've got me what's it called? My thing on. I can't remember what it's called. It's not a burner. I think I was calling it a burner. Yes, it's not a burner because it's like mist, but it's not hot. And today I've got, what have I got in it today? This is my box with all my oils in, because I went for a different type of pack. I've got lemon, and I've got air, and I've got, what else did I put in it? Frankincense. Those are the 3 things I've put in it today. So you just need a tiny little drop in there. Smells amazing. So I'm having a clear out, and it feels like Friday for me today, because it's like I'm doing my Friday work, me nana used to call it. So I'm clearing out, I'm having a bit change around, and I'm also pulling out, which I hope you are all keeping, all my old journals. I've got boxes and boxes of journals. Oh, Claire. Wow, I've tripped myself, Claire. I've got Nicola, the lady who I got it off, coming on to do a talk with us. I'm speaking to her today and tomorrow, and we're going to do like a video call where I'll ask her loads of questions and she can explain to me about it a little bit better. And then I'll share it and you can have our contact details. It's a doTERRA. It's beautiful. It smells amazing. I want one for every room. I keep moving it around the house. So my journals, I really hope you're keeping your journals if you're journaling, because in here, this is quality stuff. It's all of my thoughts, every stage I went through, all of these stages, all the things I was worried about, so I'm going to be spending time going through all of my journals and picking out some bits and pieces. I might even use my characters to get the point across, because I'm sick of talking about me. So I can say, this is what happened to Bull Bessie. And you'll be going, that really happened to Claire, didn't it? But some of it might be, I got some questions from another group I was in the other day. And there was about 2 or 3 really good, juicy questions. So I thought, I'll use them as well in my copy. So I'll share the question and I'll share what I replied. Because it might be that people are sitting on questions and they don't feel confident taking that step forward. And I do open my inbox and say, come and talk to us. I won't bite you. I mean, I've been through every stage that you're going through. I'm trying to remove the shame from this. There should be no shame attached. We've all gotten a little bit too addicted of an addictive substance. That's what's happened. That's it. It's no more than that. And I think the problem starts when people try to hide that, or they try to deny it or something. I don't know. It's nothing to feel like ashamed of. I want people to think of it in the same way as Slimming World. So how you would go along and you would be kept accountable. You take the advice, but it's up to you what you do. I can't do it for you. I'm not here to fix you. I'm just here to hold your hand through the process. And I'm trying to do it in a way that's so accessible. Like for the price of £5 a day for 45 days, that's going to give you a really good grounding, a really good solid foundation in the way that you could set yourself up to be thinking about this, because it's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not our fault that we've been sold to and we've been seduced by the alcohol industry. They spend like millions of pounds on marketing to us every year, and they do it really well in like glamorous magazines alongside designer handbags, alongside, you know, makeup and perfume. And so we're kind of, it's drip fed into us until we believe that we need it, and we don't. And all I'm trying to share with you is other tools that I've used that's helped me. So journaling, diffusers that make you smell. It smells amazing in here, and it's like it lifts. You know, I've got lemon in there, so instead, it just feels like uplifting and positive. So you can change your mood. You can use other things. You don't have to use Prosecco. Or, you know, or you might want to use Prosecco sometimes, but the rest of the time, like when you're stressed and you've been to work and everyone's getting on your nerves, you could come home and put your diffuser on, and, you know, having another trick to pull out the bag when you're feeling like that instead of reaching for wine. All right, we're trying to be more creative, and I'm trying to help you with that. And in my membership, I'm sharing all of this. This is, you know, it's really hard for me to show up and be vulnerable. And a lot of the time in this group, all I'm trying to do is raise awareness. I'm raising awareness of the problem. I'm opening the conversation. But actually, when you take a step closer to us, then that's when I can really, you know, help you with your situation and help you with your cravings and you know, I've tried to think of everything, but I'm open to other ideas. The Sober Pen Pal solution, that's included in the program. You're getting such a lot of support for £5 a day, to the point where I'm actually starting to think it's too bloody cheap. Because you can hit reply and get straight in my inbox, and the ladies are using that, and it's really, really helpful. It's helping them to kind of look at the activity and think, well, how does this apply to me? Because, you know, I run a business, I've got children, you know, I've got a relationship. So there might be things that have come up for you that have come up for me. But obviously, until I find out a little bit about your situation, I can't share that support with you. So, yeah. And at the end of January, I'm going to stop the Sober Pen Pal being included. So it'll be a self-study program that you go off and you deal with on your own. So I'm really, if you're on the fence, I'm so keen for you to sign up before the end of dry January so that I can include the Sober Pen Pal solution in your, I'm trying to make it a sense of urgency for you, because that's my job, and you know this is an issue. It's just a matter of time. If not now, when? All right. I'll leave it at that. Okay, and I'm going back to my Friday work, and I might pop up, because I might come back, because if I'm coming across things in here, I'll be buzzing to share it with you. So it might be that I come back to share with you about my brand journey from when I started about thinking about this business. Claire's been here from the beginning, so Claire is an old school friend. I probably did most of my underage drinking with you, Claire, actually. In fact, if I try hard, I could probably blame you for this. I can remember being in a fight outside of a pub when we're underage drinking, and you really saving my life, Claire. Oh, here's Samantha. Hiya, Samantha. How you doing? Oh, it's the best thing. Oh, I know, and it's lush, isn't it? Because I just want we're all to like get to the next stage of our lives, Claire. I mean, you've had your share of like life happening to you. I know, and it's like we know people who we've lost. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, right, I want we're all to get to the next stage. I don't want we to hang on to those old days. I want we to laugh about them and smile about them. But let's move on to the next phase. Let's move on to the someone called the menopause, the your second puberty. I'm looking forward to that. I want to do that. I want to find out all about it. I want to be ready for it. I want to embrace the grey and like just come on, let's do it together. Let's do it together. Claire, please. I want you. I want you on my team like you are on my team outside of that pub. I think did a girl not have a hold of my hair? I think that's the only fight I've ever been in my life. I was outside of a pub. Can you remember, Claire? It was outside the Buccaneer. It's really funny because we ended up getting married there, my second wedding. But you're in it now? What do you mean? Oh, right, okay, the menopause. I hear. All right, well, can I come with you? I think I'm coming to join you. The night sweats have started, and I'm looking into all sorts of different like ideas as to like alternative ways to support that, like mood swings and this sort of thing. All the natural ideas. Exactly, all the natural ideas. That's what I'm more for. I want to find out about what foods I should be eating. That's going to help me. I want to feel healthy. I don't want to just stick a sticky plaster on it and like drink my way through it. I'm not going to do that. I'm not. And I honestly, Claire, like the weight that I feel like has come off since not drinking, it didn't happen straight away. It was like obviously into my second year, which sounds really hard if you're just starting off. But it hasn't been a case of me massively having to, deprive myself of any kind of food. I still eat pizza with the kids and I'll have an ice cream if we go to the shop. I'm not like going without things. I'm drinking this. This is kefir. Have you heard of that? That's it's not a diet drink. It's you can get it from Tesco. I'll bring the bottle up next time I come up. And that I think is really I don't know, I just feel better when I've had it. I have that for my breakfast and I feel better when I've had it. I have more energy as well. So it's little things like that I'm kind of coming across now that I'm not drinking. I feel like coffee. Yesterday I had a cup of coffee and last night I woke up in the night drenched, sweating with one cup of coffee. And I'll notice that if I don't have that today, that probably won't happen tonight. And it's stuff like that. Like, where do you go to find that out? Who's talking about that? I want to talk about it. But I feel as if we're given that information and we're still drinking and getting drunk at weekends and feeling like that's the only thing we've got, the glue that's keeping our lives together, you're not really feeling what you're feeling. You don't know how you feel. The night sweats could be your hangover. So for me, I feel like I've got like a clean slate and I can really see what is affecting me, what is working, what isn't working. And I'm having fun finding out. I feel more healthy than I ever have. Ever. Honestly, I think we're being poisoning ourselves, Claire. It's poison. And when you get this far away from it, you can actually see it for what it is and it makes perfect sense. You feel a bit groggy, you're dehydrated, you have a glass of water, you feel better. And when you're drinking, you feel groggy, you think you need a bottle of wine, so you have a bottle of wine and then you feel even worse. Do you see? It's just like a cycle that we're constantly on and constantly trying to bloody control. It's so much easier just drawing a line in the sand and saying, I'm not going to drink for the 45 days. Or even if you try to do that, I mean, Samantha, She's doing it. What day are you up to, Samantha? And I know you felt partway through, didn't you, that you wanted a connection with your husband. And she did take a drink and she regretted it. And it was like instant that she thought, well, this isn't working. It's not giving me a connection with my husband. What she needed to do was probably go and give him a hug. You know, and it's then, if she journaled about that at the time and on like the next day, that's there in her journal that you can read back through. And that's how much better is that, because it's so tailored to you. It's in your words, it's your example, it's your experience. But you've had the benefit of being able to hit reply to me on the moment when that happened or the next day, you know, so that I can really support you through that and hold you up, because it often at that stage, that's when the self-loathing comes in, and that's when you start beating yourself up and thinking, there's something wrong with me, and there's not. The only difference is you still believe that you need alcohol to have a connection with your husband, and that's bollocks. It's not true. Samantha knows that now, and it's written down hopefully somewhere in a journal, in her house, in her handwriting. Yeah, and that's powerful. That is so powerful. But you've got to want it, because I can't come and do that for you. That's the bit that you need to do. But I'll be there with you, right? And in the meanwhile, I'm encouraging and inspiring Samantha to think about all the other areas of her life that she might want to change. It might be that she wants to do more work on herself that'll benefit her and her husband, you know, our relationship. And that's the next stage, and that would be her sober goal after the 45 days. She might go, right, Claire, I really want to focus next on my self-esteem, so that I can turn up as a different person in my relationship, perhaps. And we'll work together on that for a few weeks, or, you know, whatever we feel comfortable with. And then it's tailored. It's not necessarily about drink anymore. Now we're really looking at other ways that you can connect with your partner, if that's what your sober goal is. All right, so that's my passion. That's me. Please come and be in my world. You know how much this means to me, and I know that it is changing lives. I feel so passionate about it. I know that this is making a difference. If you've got the energy, if I can help you at the beginning, get the energy to put in yourself, it can be amazing. And the ripple effect that it has on your loved ones and the other people in your life is just huge. For example, you know, I would never have been interested in anything like this when I was drinking. Wouldn't have been interested in it. I would have probably liked the smell of it and gone, what a load of rubbish, right? I wouldn't have believed in it. And I did the training on it yesterday for 2 hours to get my head around it and understand it. I thought it would be really complicated about all of these different types of oils, and I thought it would be overwhelming. But all I did was I honed in on thinking, right, well, what's in it for me? I have no allergies. We don't have like asthma or dermatitis, so I just kind of ignored all of them bits, and I was like, right, okay, what's going to be good for my well-being? What's going to lift my mood? What's going to make us feel more relaxed on a night time? Because I'm 100 miles an hour. I'm so passionate about this business, I find it hard to switch off. So I still have things that I need support with. Probably that I used to use wine for that. Doesn't enter my head to use wine now. But by using these for the last few days, like the lavender and just like some of the smells, and just you feel more chilled out. And I wouldn't have been open to that when I was drinking. I really wouldn't have been. So it's almost like we need to get you from Susie past Ollie to be bold. And then when you get to be Elsie, that's when you start going, oh, okay, I like how I feel. But when in the past, when I used to use wine for this reason, what else now can I use? And that's when we're pulling out these sort of things. And it's bringing in another skill for you, another interest, another hobby, another thing to talk about. And so you're naturally growing as a person because you're developing all of these different skills. And I just think the ripple effect of that would be immense. For example, last night, my youngest one is 8. Obviously, he's homeschooling. The school is amazing, so they're pretty much in their bedrooms being taught all day. It's like they're in school. Apart from I have to feed them. I have to remember to feed them. But no, it is really, really good. So I'm not really seeing that much of them. And I'm up here. And last night when I put him to bed, I felt that he wanted a bit more of me. And he was doing the whole, I'm not ready to go to sleep yet, Mum. And I was tired and I was irritated. And I went, oh, Sam, can I try these new things on you? And I got the oil. I got this. This is like a carrier thing. And I got the lavender and some air because he said that he had stuffy nose. And I rubbed it on his feet. And we just sat in the dark with his little light on. He's 9. And just had like 5 minutes just rubbing the lavender and the oil on his feet. And the fact that I was doing something practical, it made me, when I walked up the stairs, I had a little tear and a lump in my throat because I thought, normally we're in such a rush and we'll say, oh, just go to bed, I'm tired, will you just go to sleep? Can you go to sleep now because it's school tomorrow? And then you get upstairs and you'd go, yeah, I feel awful. And the next day when, you've probably tossed it over in your mind and he's fine, he just went to sleep and didn't think of it. But you've sat with that mom guilt for all them hours. Whereas because I was rubbing his feet with the lavender, I felt about 10 foot tall when I walked up the stairs to think that I'd soothed my little boy in a way that I probably would have when he was a baby. With my little magic oils, there's my little box of oils, and it just, I don't know, it's maybe you're not there yet. Is that what you take? Chillo and vitamin E. And there's so many different things, isn't there? And somebody said to get checked out because it could be your thyroid. Obviously, I have lost a lot of weight, so it is a bit of a worry. But I think when I think of the calories that I used to have compared to what I'm having now, we're not eating out. I'm probably, it would be awful if I was ill, wouldn't it? And here's me going, look at how much weight I've lost because I've stopped drinking. I think I better go and get checked out. But no, I think they can tell from your blood, can't they? I think they can tell from your blood that whether or not your hormones are changing. But nothing else in the other departments changed yet. That's all still bang on clockwork. And this is weird. I'll happily stand in my bra and knickers, right? And tell people that I used to be a pisshead. But I'm embarrassed to talk about girly bits. I had to go through the group and I've actually removed a lot of men because at the beginning there was a lot of men came in. It's all right. When will they be able to tell if it's even before, because there's the perimenopause, the time before the menopause. It's very complicated. I did have a video, I'm going to share the video today, of a lady who has another group and I've joined that group and I go in there and I like read a few of the bits and then I just come back out because I'm like, ooh, I'm a bit prudy like that. I need to face it up probably and go and get a blood test. I am registered at the doctor's. Yeah, that's a good start. But we never really go to the doctors. Apparently I'll never need to go to the doctors again now I've got my box of oils. So 2 things I'm going to do, Claire, from WhatsApp. I'm going to book a blood test today. And I'm going to share the menopause lady video because there's a time before menopause. And I think that's what I might be, the perimenopause. And I'll share that because she gave lots of information. She's got a brilliant group with loads of women in it who are going through the same thing. And I've joined, so I could do with some backup in there. And there was something else I was going to do. Oh, yes, Nicola. I'm going to speak to Nicola today about the oils. And we'll do a quick 10-minute video so everybody can get her contact details and find out a little bit more about the oils and find out the crack with that. I am sending out these roller balls to my members, if you will remember, Claire, with my favourite fragrance in out here. And it's called, will I tell you what it's called? No, it's going to be my own signature blend because it's a blend of 3. And it's lovely. So I'm going to send these little samples out with my little sticker on. So when you're feeling irritated, or you can go, and you'll feel all, that'll be your sober signature smell. And it doesn't smell like lager and fags. Regal and LCL Claire. It doesn't smell of that. It'll be a nice surprise for those of you who sign up. I've ordered the bottles. I think I've got 10 ladies in there now. So if I send them out, that'll help Nicola. We'll get a few more people to sign up, Nicola. And it's just different things to have, isn't it? Different tools to share. All right. Lovely to chat to you, Claire. Speak to you soon. Bye from me.